Mississippi. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. It's the Vanderbilt Commodores and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's check in with our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
History was made in Starkville, Mississippi. Did you know that Davis-Wade Stadium for the Bulldogs of Mississippi State is the second oldest Division I-A campus football stadium, opened in 1914 as Scott Field? The cowbells are clanging every time you visit Starkville, Mississippi. Guys, back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Makes the grab, it's Johnson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant coming in behind it. Nice job.
And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll send the tight end in motion. On play action. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of three. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
I love the play call there, too, because second and short, defense is thinking you might run it. So you try to catch him off guard with the pass. Nothing there. Even if you throw an incompletion, you're going to have a chance to run it the very next play, but it doesn't matter. This guy's just so athletic himself. He's able to go get the first. Let's get a fresh set of downs.
Now give it to Fluff. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. No score on the board as this offense has used its ball control to dominate here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stat. Taylor wants to throw. On the left side, grabbed by Williams. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They'll have two left to work with before the half. The Bulldogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. They're all over it. At the 45 on his way. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Mississippi State calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Out wide right, it's Cotton. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. On the move, he fires. Got him downfield. Bring him down.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They're going to stay aggressive here. 5 wide on 2nd and 1. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Trying to escape and get it himself. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll line it up from the right side, a 37-yarder coming up. Field goal is good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. The coach has to be happy with that.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Vanderbilt's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Davis-Wade Stadium.
And the Bulldogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The keeper on the option. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Got it behind the line. It's Thomas. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. You know what they need. You know what they want. And you know what they deliver on third down. More cowbell. Rush is on. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Taylor wants to throw it. Under pressure. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. And it looks as if we are ready to get things started here in the fourth quarter. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. The snap wants to throw to start this drive. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Long way to go on second down. Back to throw, and he needs to make a play. This one's complete. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Get the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on third down, and life is much better. Get it out to the supersonic guy. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Fresh center down's going to the air. He's going to run it. There he goes. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And that's exactly what this defense is going to have to do late in this football game. They understand the situation. They're in the full 2-minute drill. They're playing pass, but understanding the quarterback can still run. Nice job playing pass, playing coverage first, protecting yourself, and then rallying to the football and getting the quarterback on the ground.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Drives inside. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. The offense uses a timeout, 15 seconds left to play. Timeout called by the defense and 15 seconds to go in this one. This game will come down to this, a field goal try to save them. And it's good! And they take the lead inside a minute to play.
I am not always the most positive guy towards kickers. We all know that. But how about that, man? First opportunity in the game, in the fourth quarter, when your team needed it, the game now tied because of his foot.
Number 88 set to kick this one away.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Here's a give to Bothwell. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Taylor wants to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Incomplete, the final play of regulation, and now we head to overtime. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They'll try the counter. They were all over it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Tight end now in motion. Bluff Bothwell again. Nice move there. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. They'd love to strike first with a touchdown. They'll try to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Looking for running room. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready.
Now, 4th down.
They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. It's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's first down. Dropping back, it's Carter. Oh, pressure's coming. And they got it.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Commodores now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. In traffic, it's Sherrill. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
And these wide receivers are so athletic out wide now. You're so worried about getting beat deep. And these slant routes, they can be a good changeup. I mean, just a couple steps, stick your foot in the ground, come inside. It might not be huge gains all the time, but man, it keeps that DB off balance.
Here comes the heat. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the fourth down.
Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. It's good, and how about that clutch kick from distance to send us to another overtime? We play on first down here in the second overtime period. The give. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They'll run him again. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
Man, we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. With a condensed field in overtime, if you can establish the run, it is a huge advantage.
Big-time advantage. You establish your physicality, come out the gates, put you in a positive way. Now, I can play action, opens the whole playbook.
Looking downfield, it's Carter. Rush right in his face. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Hit and dropped in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Third and long, and they love to pick it up, but they also need to stay in position for a field goal try. Right back to the well. He's dragged down at the 12. Chip shot field goal range, but might they go for it here on fourth down?
And that's a good, solid run there, Reese. And if you want to win in overtime, running the football is a good idea.
Showing that you're the more physical team in overtime can really be a breaking of their will. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. So they'll send out the field goal team to try to take the lead here in overtime. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And they've regained the lead. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
This defense will bring pressure from the linebacker level, from the cornerback level, free safety level, and the strong safety level. They're bringing it from all over the field.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Taylor wants to throw it. Right side, it's Johnson. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Third down here in overtime and some work to do. On third down, here's Bothwell. There's a little room there. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up at 12.
Now, when I'm in OT and I start to get in this territory, I gotta be thinking touchdown. Like, what are my plays that I can go to now? I ran the football. I showed a little bit of conservativeness. Now I got to take advantage of a shot out wide. What's my best go-to play in this situation?
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Still looking. A game winner! What a finish in double overtime with the touchdown! He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal